I agree with the way he's doing it, because there's more testimony and more things I can produce later. And so he's aware of that, and we'll wait for it. So that's pretty much after I did the testimony, I flew home after that. When I agreed to testify in Washington, D.C., Dr. Greer told me that there would be, he has about 120 witnesses that are hardware contacts. That's really important, because there are other contacts that people just see radar images and lights and lock on and such. Well, when we got there, the 12 witnesses he had, they all saw radar images and confirmed some lock on, and they chased them on ground radar, on-board radar in planes, which to me in the mainstream world, that's pretty darn exciting right there. But I realized I was the only one that had hardware contact, and I need somebody else, because if not, I am alone in a category by myself, and I really wasn't ready for that. So I was waiting at the last minute. If I had to, I may have not testified. But there was a lawyer in front of me. His name was Steve Lufkin, and Steve's story was that he was 18 years old in 1960 in the basement of the Pentagon. He was an encryption soldier, officer in the Navy, or in the Army, and their job was to break codes. And his senior staff guy walked in and laid down 3 pieces of metal, and one of them was about a foot long, had writings and hieroglyphics on it. And they tried to decipher it, and they couldn't, because they didn't have a Rosetta Stone or anything to work with. So while he was saying that, I was going, oh, great. So I started writing all this stuff down. And I handed Steve the paper, and Steve looks at the paper and goes, and like any good lawyer under testimony, he goes, I swear I've never met this man before. And I thought, great. So when I got up, what rattled everything was he had about 12 different emblems, and he remembered them. I hit all 12 emblems. So the way I told the Senator in Congress, I went, how could I do that? Simple. I was standing on top of the engine that piece of metal came from. As a matter of fact, there's about 98 different emblems on this engine. I was born in photographic memory, and I got them all. So if you'd like to see them, here they are. And they are interesting the way they were grouped in clusters, and they were on every single device that was a separate device. And I realized what they were actually. Not some great cosmic messages or anything. They're serial numbers for parts. That's how they figured out where their parts are. They got, just like us, we got to know where all these. After looking at the emblems, some of the emblems repeated themselves. There was one that had a very similar mathematical symbol of pi, but it was a modified symbol of it. And it would show up every time there was a curved radius. And I'm going, there were some of the emblems would be reversed on the other side of the engine when the 2 parts were the same, left and right. And I'm going, that's all it is. No big, great cosmic message. It's serial numbers, just like we do on jet engines in the Navy. We group out our numbers. And but it would give you the alphabet of their language. So I was able to retain that. But also, I memorized how the engine was built. So let's build another one.